Law of the West is a game from Accolade. I think when I reviewed this, I probably talked about this, but one of the I found this very interesting was when Atari, when Activision was formed, the developers. One of the reasons they picked the name Activision was because alphabetically it came before Atari. So if you were looking through a list of things alphabetically, you would find Activision before you found Atari. And then eventually the fellows that split off from Activision and formed Accolade picked Accolade because it came before Activision. So it's funny, we're one step away from let's enable fast loader for this game. There's a lot of loading in Law of the West. You cannot be shot? No, that's no fun. Yeah, I feel like we're just one level away from, AAA plumbers. AAA programs. So here we have Law of the West. Now, if you've never seen or played Law of the West, Law of the West is presented from I guess you would say, a first-person point of view. And it goes through multiple cycles. I wouldn't say it's days, I don't think. I think it's different hours. So that's us there. We're the new sheriff on the left. And this is the town here. And what's going to happen is at each stage of the way, someone's going to come out for us to interact with. And they'll say something to us, like this guy's about to come say something to us. You the sheriff of this stinking town? And then we have options down there. Now, you see that guy running in the background there? There's a tiny little sprite. Let me make this bigger here for you. There's a tiny little sprite in the background, like of people, like those horses. And if I draw my gun, notice they run away. And the guy, he gets ready to draw too. But I have 4 choices here. I go, yeah, son, and it's a pretty nice town. That's a terrible accent. I am literally from Oklahoma, and I do a bad Western accent. Yes, May, what can I do for her? May, what, sorry, what, I'm tongue-tied this early in the morning. I haven't had, only had 1 cup of coffee. What's it to you, punk? And you got a burr under your saddle, boy. And so depending on what you respond here, will set the tone for the rest of the conversation. So I can come off kind of a wimp. I can come up as non-confrontational here. I can, really just go for the right here. You got it. Yeah, you want to make something of it? And then, so I can push this and try to get him. Now, if I do, basically set him off where he's going to shoot me, I can only draw my gun, if I want to get the most points after, basically a gunfight has started. Like, I could shoot this guy right now, but it's not, that's not really advisable. So I can say it's my job, idiot, which is going to provoke him. Yeah, you got your gun where your mouth is, that's going to provoke him. Or I could say, why don't you just ride out of town? I'll just say, hey, why don't you put your gun where your mouth is? And then he's going to say, I think I will, so I better draw quickly. Oh, he wasn't ready yet. I could say, I've killed 20 men. What's one more? My deputy's right behind you. I didn't really mean it. Well, quit jawing and let's draw. Well, let's just provoke this guy here. You first, Sheriff. Boom. Oh, got him. He says he wouldn't lose, but he did. Look at that. Just pile of meat in the middle of Main Street there. So now we go to another scene. Now there's, you can see the stagecoach here, and this lady, depending on how you play the game, can give you some clues. This game has great music. Each scene has a different little song here, obviously. This is, I can't remember if this is Rose or Belle. I forget what her name is, but get off the street, you painted Jezebel. So if you're mean to her, she's not going to give you a hint later that there's about to be a bank robbery, which you need that heads up to capture the bank robbers. So you can say, how's the saloon business going? Business is fine, except for the Daltons. And then we can say, well, what can I do to help? Are they planning something? That might be a good thing to ask. Well, I really shouldn't tell you, Sheriff. You could say you could protect her. Force it out of her. That's probably not going to work. This is not nice. So this is, we'll say, oh, I'll protect you. Okay, and they're going to rob the stage. So she tells you this, and then that's information that you will lose or use later in the game. Now, if you remember when I started this game, a few seconds later, look, there they are. Oh, he shot me. I didn't get to shoot him. See that blood? I got blood on my arm. Well, that stinks. Oh, the sheriff's been shot. Now the doctor hopefully will come patch me up so I can continue playing. But if you are later in the game, oh no, the doctor's not in town. That's bad for me. Game over. And so these are the things that you're trying to earn in the game. If you go listen to the podcast, I go into a lot more detail, but you can see here that I killed one guy, and that's the little tombstone. And I got shot. You can see that there. And then I've got the little law badges, and then I got some money there. So my score is 46. So it's not a very good score. I didn't get very far. I think there's 10, if you go all the way through, there's 10 or maybe 12 choices. I haven't listened to that podcast in a long time. So now this, all this loading that you're seeing right there, I mean, so this is the level that's loading. It shows the graphic here, and then it's going to load. And I don't know, we could kind of watch here and see how long this loads. I mean, that was 5 or 10 seconds, not too bad. But without the fast loader, some of those, I mean, take like 30 seconds to a minute to load. And so if you're in a scene like where she tells you that the bank robbers are coming, and say, yeah, it's a pretty nice town. I think I'm going to love it here. I don't get any ideas, low life. Who are you calling a low life? You stinking polecat. Them's fighting words. Oh, he shot at me. Oh, get him. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I shot him in the crotch. Well, that didn't go well. You can get through that first stage without shooting that guy, but it's not as much fun. You'll also notice there's some people here like this lady. If I draw my gun right here, yeah, see, she won't come talk to me until I put my gun away. I remember playing this on the Apple II. I think I probably had this on the Apple II before I had it on the Commodore, right around the same time. And the graphic, the presentation of this was so unique at the time. Like, I don't remember any other game that showed, I mean, it gave this impression. Yeah, the pan kind lady. Is there anything you want? Anything you want, sweetie? I ran her off. So see, stuck up winch. So that there's nothing I can do at this point. Get on your way. No woman talks to me that way, or I could just laugh at her. Ha 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 ha. I'll say, no woman talks to me that way, pilgrim. I do try and stop me. Well, I could. I mean, I literally have a loaded 6-shooter. You want me to shoot her? I'll shoot you. Oh. Oh, well. So now the thing is, she's not going to tell me about the bank robbery. And so I wouldn't have any heads up of that happening. Oh, this guy. I mean, you can tell by the music this isn't a nice guy. Of course, he's walking out holding a gun, too, right there. Hey, Gringo, I heard you got a fast draw. Not me. I don't really like gunfights. I mean, I just shot a lady in cold blood. Well, then it looks like I'm in luck. I think I'll go check out the bank now. See, there's the bank. The bank can get robbed. I will fight through. I will fight, though, if I have to. Boy, my reading is off this morning. Why don't you go play some poker then? What do you mean by that? I'm the came here to rob the bank, you coward. Well, then I must arrest you. Oh, please do it. But don't hurt me. Don't make me shoot you. The bank has 3 armed guards. All right, I'm going to try to intimidate this guy a little bit. Thanks for the warning. Oh, well, that's not good. I could shoot him in the back there. That's not going to get you a lot of good score. All right, so now we got to wait and see what happens here. We'll come back to the bank later. But what would happen is, these loading times in between each level were so long without this updated version that somebody's put a fast loader thing in. Hey, there's the doctor. And so what would happen is he would say something like, hey, I'm going to rob the bank. And then it would load for a minute. You would just be daydreaming, looking off, doing something else. And then all of a sudden the game would pop up and they would be robbing the bank and shoot you. And you wouldn't be ready for it there. So let's go see here. Killing any more people lately, Sheriff? My, aren't we hungover? Now, you want to be this guy's friend because, as you saw earlier, if you haven't made friends with him, he won't save you in case you get shot, So you say, well, Doc, so you try to play off the fact that you've shot people here. There are walkthroughs. No. Yeah. There are walkthroughs that will tell you like the what choices, every choice you should pick, because it's not random. I mean, each choice that you pick here leads to a set number of responses. Yes, I know, but I hate to see the waste. You and me both. I dream of them, the ones I've killed. God, that's a little dark. Let's go with that. Yeah, you just can't forget them. Bye. The Old West must have been a fun time. Two grizzled men meeting in the street. And they would just go, I dream of the bodies left behind. Bye! Oh, there's some sound. Now this guy's carrying a rifle. He just walks out of the saloon with a rifle. He's coming to visit here. Oh, and he's a lefty. Hey, I like my new shotgun. Now I know this guy. Now see that stagecoach in the background? If you raise it, they'll run off real fast. There's also, you see people walking. I'll try and catch a person here in a minute. You go, see, there's a kid running. They run the other way. You go, well, that the new Remington gauge? It's right pretty, son, but put it away. So you're trying to gain the right points here. Oh, come on, Sheriff. I just bought it. I just bought it and then went to the saloon to have a drink, and now I'm carrying it around. What's the problem with that, Sheriff? Drop it right there. I'm sorry. You'll have to put it away. Gosh, you're just going to have to put that loaded rifle away. Put it away or I'll take it away. All right, you can keep it out. That's not going to get you sheriff points there. I'm sorry, you have to put it away. Oh, gee, I ain't going to do it. You're not giving me any choice. I could just say, please, I'm the nice sheriff today. Please, put it away. Make me. Well, oh no, I was going to shoot him in the crotch, but you got me. I like how the blood appears right there in the arm. Oh my God, the sheriff's been shot. Now, I was just nice to the doctor. He's just lying there, he ain't moving. Oh, that's my impersonation. Oh. Quick, someone get the doctor. Stand back, folks. Let the doctor through. So I've already been, I got the reward of being nice to the doctor. Let's see how badly he's hurt. You'll be okay. It's only a flesh wound. It's only a flesh wound. That was a bad accent. It's just a scratch. I've cut your arm off. There was a time when you couldn't possibly work in IT and not know every line of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And as people coming into IT get younger and younger, I guess that went away. I guess they don't quote. It was really Monty Python and Beavis and Butthead. And you just couldn't get out of work for a single day without quoting one of those. I've got a secret I won't tell. Hey, Willie, would you like some candy? So you can't ask him directly. He won't tell you. Is it an important secret, Willie? Oh, golly, yes. Come on, please tell me. Now, we're standing in front of the bank, so I can Guess what his secret's going to be? Is it about gunslingers? Out with it or I'll thrash you. Is it about gunslingers? Yes. All right. Well, you little brat. Are they coming to get me? Is someone planning to stick up? Yeah, they're going to rob the bank. So that's your heads up, right? Now, come on, Willie. Get out the way. Move. Get out the way. A few seconds later. Oh, I got him. See, he was robbing the bank. And if I hadn't got that tip from Willie, I wouldn't have known that was coming. So that will help my score immensely later on. Now back at the train station. These are interesting style graphics. You know, if you look at the colors, the perspective is interesting. I mean, I just love these backgrounds. And of course, well, hello there, Sheriff. Now this is the school teacher, Miss April. Yes? What may I do for you? Hello, Miss April. We'll be nice to her. Unless she mouths off, then I'll shoot her. I'm just that kind of sheriff. I don't take no crap in this town. Good, I hear there's a hoedown tomorrow. I'd like to go with you. Yeah, dancing. So I say, I'd love to go with you. Well, I'd be most honored. Oh, I forgot I can't make it. A jerk. When may I call for you? Oh, I was going to say, can I call you? But I don't guess she has a phone yet. A tortin' and a sparkin'. That sounds like something I would say. Slow down, mister. I ran her off. Well, no hoedown for you. Maybe that'll show you. There's a little sparkin'. About some lead in your booty. It's not going to help my score. Not a recommended maneuver if you're trying to get a high score in this game. And, it's funny how, I mean, I don't know when the last time I played. Obviously, I played this for whenever I did this episode of Sprycast a long time ago. And probably I didn't play it, you know, before then. I don't know. I mean, it might be 10 or 20 years. But it's funny how these tunes stick with you, you know. Like you just remember every note, you know. Those boys sure can't play poker. You're just too good for them. Yep, I know the odds and they don't. Odds are someday you'll get shot. I can take care of myself. Not against 10 to 1 odds. Alright, yeah, maybe you should. Instead of getting me to shoot you. You know, I just shot the school teacher. Who, moments before, I was taking to a dance. So, I wouldn't try me if you're a poker player. Those are not good odds. Odds are I will shoot everybody in this game eventually. We're going to try to make it here to the end of the game. You know, the biggest problem with this game, and I'm sure I mentioned this on the podcast, is that, number one, oh, it's my deputy. But I'm around. Don't get uppity with me. I should ask you that question, deputy. Where have you been? I had to shoot the gall darn school teacher. I've been watching the bank. Well, I just shot a bank robber earlier, so you weren't doing too good of a job. You're lying. You've been drinking? No, of course not. I could smell... You're fired, deputy. I don't know what the repercussion of firing him. He may save me. Well, that didn't... This seems like something I might want to keep him around for later. But anyway, what I was going to say is that the problem with this game is that there's only X amount of interactions, you know. And so once you learn what the optimal choices are for each one, then that's it. So there's no real randomization. There's no real. I mean, it's a very short game actually to play. Well, if it ain't the Tan Horn Sheriff, it's cattle rustling. Howdy, Bill. Nice seeing you again. We need a school teacher. If you're, I don't know what your credentials are. On your attitude, well, I'm just trying to be polite. Well, so I shot you. I missed, didn't I? That one. Guess I was in the wrong. All right. Well, can we be friends? I'm glad you realize that. Yep. I'm gonna have to arrest you. Oh. Don't do it again, woman. I think you can't tell me what to do. Is she gonna shoot me? Oh, she was. Oh well. One person you don't get to see in this game is the Undertaker because plenty busy in my town. Somebody's digging a lot of holes. Did I see this? No, this is a different guy. Oh, this guy's hard. I mean, he's got 2 guns. You're the sheriff here, aren't you? Nope, I'm only the deputy. Let's not get into that, sir. No, you're the sheriff, all right. Well, you called my bluff. Ha, just funning you. Just making a little light joke here before we kill each other. Nope, the sheriff's out of the bank. I think I'll be moseying along now. I'm just going to say, ha, ha. Just funning you. It wasn't funny. Sorry. Sorry. I thought it was pretty funny. Draw. Oh, right in the face. Congratulations, you made it to sunset. So I guess it is just one day. One day here as a member of the law in the West. Your final score is 1430. All right. So you can see I shot 4 people. I got shot once, and there's 2 tombstones. I assume that's for shooting people that I shouldn't have shot. I got some money there, and look at all those stars I got. Now, there's something that I didn't get at all. I think maybe that's a love meter, maybe in there that I didn't get anything of. But that's the whole game. Congratulations. You have, I wouldn't say beat Law of the West. You just made it to sundown. But that is Law of the West. And then the game will start over, and we may go through a few more scenarios here and just pick some different things just so you can see. But, I mean, by the second time that you play this, you can already see that it would start to get a little repetitive, right? And so this was the first guy we saw on the last game, and once again, this is the first guy that comes out here. He asks you the same question. Now, I believe we got in a gunfight with him last time, but we can try to avoid. Let's see if we can avoid a gunfight here. Yep, I think I'm gonna love it here. Yes, it could be quite nice here. I don't know if there's a spineless reward. What would you do if I robbed the bank? I wouldn't like it. That's true. That's not. I wouldn't like it. Well, that's a good one. I like to think sometimes, like, what would a game be like if this came out now? Well, obviously, if it came out now, it would be Red Dead Redemption, right? I mean, you would be able to walk through the town. Obviously, we're not navigating through the town. The game is taking us through these 3 or 4 locations. Let's see, you got the Wells Fargo, you got the saloon, you got the train station. Is that everything? So you just have these set locations. Another thing is, as a kid, I remember thinking, like, how amazing were these graphics that you had a fully animated character. But if you notice, like, when I draw the gun, I mean, it's just that little part of his arm that's really animated in the gun. Everything else is static, you know. So that's, it's kind of plays a trick, especially when you were younger. It plays a trick and makes you think that more of the game is animated than it really is. I mean, 90% of what you're looking here, 95% is a static thing. The only thing is you have the character you're talking to is a sprite. You have the sprite here for, you know, your arm animation, and then that little those things that you see passing in the background every now and then. Hello, Miss Rose. I like the strong, silent type. How'd you like to feel my muscles? I think this game might be a little, when we're talking about, I've been thinking about this a lot because I just watched, you big smelly galoot, on a bath last night or last month. I just watched Bill and Ted 3. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was saying that before I saw anything about it, I knew that there would have to be changes because you can't take the Bill and Ted from the 1980s and pull them into 2020. That movie doesn't work. You have two guys. I mean, at bare minimum, there's some homophobic slurs that the guys throw out. There's, if you think about it, I don't know that there's any person of color in the first two movies. It's when they want to assemble the world's greatest thing for their, historic figures, they go get a bunch of white people, and mostly white males. And so, yep, I'm as fast as they come. I'm going to shoot this guy. You want to prove that, hombre? Me against you? What a laugh. Ha ha. You will pay for your last... Oh, it wasn't time yet. Draw if you dare. Shut up. Yeah. Get out of town, punk. But anyway, so the original, the first two Bill and Ted movies are really a product of that time of the 80s. I mean, that stuff was, got laughs then. It doesn't get laughs now, And so, looking at a game, it just makes me think about a lot of things. When you review old computer games, you really have to put them in the context of when they were released, right? Like, I can't say, well, I mean, thumbs down, it's no Red Dead Redemption. Well, of course not. I mean, you're working with, an 8-bit computer, and this game fits on a single floppy drive. I am going to be nice to this guy, just in case I do get shot going through this game here. Heard any good rumors lately? Yeah, the Daltons are coming to town. What are they coming for? They're going to rob the bank. There's the train station. And there's the saloon. It's kind of interesting. You see so it's really the same town, just from a different few seconds later. Oh, they robbed the bank. I didn't get him. So now, at the end of the game, when I get my score on, there'll be less money bags because I didn't stop the bank robbers. But if you take this game, I mean, some of the obviously, it's kind of a double layer thing because we're looking at a game from the 1980s, right? But this is a game written about the 1880s, really. And so, all this stuff of like, I mean, it's kind of condescending to women, really. And I guess you do have that Calamity Jane, the cattle rustler character a little bit, but I don't know, it just seems a little sexist. And I wonder if that's them trying to reflect the 1880s or if that also reflects a little bit of the 1980s. Drop it right on the ground, that new shotgun. Not on your life. Make me. I'm about to make him. Drop it or I'll drop you. Oh, it wasn't ready. There's another way to settle this. I'll only shoot in self-defense. So this is a nicer... Yep. Oh, I wasn't supposed to shoot. You're supposed to wait for him to draw, but I didn't, really. I'd like to think that guy just walked away with a limp because I shot him in the kneecap, and so that someday he'll have a fun story. If there's anybody that really you should shoot that's innocent in this game, it's Willie. Well, let's get the secret from him. Okay, so let's do this. Scram, Pipsqueak. And so I'm going to show you, because last time, up your sheriff, he says to me, oh, it's not nice. Go eat, kid, you bother me. Little W.C. Fields thrown in for good measure. Okay, I'll leave, skunk breath. One of these days I'm going to get you. Neener, neener, neener. So what? You remember last time when I was nice to him, he told me the hint about the bank robbery. And so now, or the stagecoach robbery, maybe. So now you wouldn't get any hint that's coming. And actually, I may not ever see it. I feel like I should shoot her again. Like this is like Groundhog Day, where every day she wakes up and a sheriff just innocently shoots her for no reason. She dies a slow, painful death, and then wakes up the next day, gets shot again. You know what? What may I do for you, little miss? Well, you could be a bit friendlier. Sorry, I was just preoccupied, Miss April. I guess you do have a lot on your mind. Too much to keep jabbering with you. More than I can say about you. Yeah, so see, I already started off on a bad foot, and so I'm not gonna get any hearts from her at the end of my score. I might shoot her. That's too late. There's the bank and the jail. Maybe this is this is this guy. Those boys sure can't play poker. Gambling is the devil's way to poverty. I have a tattoo that says that. No, I don't have any tattoos. That'd be a good tattoo, though. I think you're disgusting. I remember last time, bet I make 10 times more money than you. But you don't. You're nothing but a civilized thief. You may be right. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I am the sheriff. Off to the train station here. We're getting close to the end. So, you know, the thing was, I think if you bought this game and you plunked down whatever this was going for, I'm going to say $30, $35 at the time. That's my good-for-nothing deputy here. Don't get uppity with me, pal. I've had a bad day. I had to shoot the school teacher, for God's sake. Someday I'll be the sheriff. You're worthless. Over my dead body. That can be arranged. It sure can. Whenever you're ready. So yeah, I waited for him to draw first there. News headlines tomorrow. Sheriff shoots deputy after pissing him off. Yeah, that goes over well. There's a old cattle rustler coming out. But as you can see, all these characters that we're seeing the second time of the playthrough are the same people that we saw the first time. It's the same order. They always start off with the same thing if it's the Tin Horn Sheriff. You know what? I'm going to try to provoke her. Woman's got to make a living. See, like this, a woman's place is in the home. That doesn't seem very nice. More rustling and I'll come get you. You'll get more than you bargained for. Why don't I take you in right now? Because this might happen. Oh. Well, sorry, lady. And so, you know, I guess this is another thing to say is there's really no... There is a maximum score that could be got if you were to go through each conversation path exactly right and get the exact highest score outcome of each one. Then there is a maximum score. But you know, if you're just playing this, there's no right or wrong. I mean, I could have let her go. I could have, you know, and at the end I would get more law points versus, you know, this, I'm going to get different amount of points for shooting her. What's it to you, punk? I came here to see the sheriff. You're looking at him? That's what I would say in real life. I came here to find... Well, you're pretty cocky. If someone walked into a room and was like, I'm here looking for flack, I would say one of two things. I would say, are you a member of law enforcement? Or I would say, you're looking at him. I'd say confidently. That's kind of a joke. I've got 10 notches in my gun, sucker. I killed 3 times as many. Oh, you said draw. And then I didn't draw, but then I did draw. He has 3 times as many. He has 30 notches in his gun. That seems destructive. So look at all those. I got a lot more law enforcement stars. I still didn't make it to the dance with bells, so there's no hearts there. I killed 4 bad guys. I killed 1 innocent person, and I got some money. And my score went up. Made it to sunset. This is a dangerous town. I don't... It's weird to think of a time in our country's history where, I suppose a sheriff is a dangerous job, but where you would... I just banged in everything here. Literally every single person except for Willie in this game and probably Miss April, there's a possibility that they'll kill you. So that's a dangerous job where 8 out of 10 people you encounter during the day. I don't think we're making sandwiches at Subway. That might not be people's ideal job, but I don't think 8 out of 10 people are going to shoot you. I said footlong, draw. Banana peppers, not cream peppers, draw. So, I don't know. Subway's on my mind because we had Subway yesterday. I've got a Subway cup right here. Anyway, that is Law of the West. So as you can see, you run through your 10 interactions and make it to sundown without getting killed. Or if you do get shot, hopefully you've been nice to the doctor and he will come patch you up and get you limping into the sunset here. So that's really all there is to Law of the West. It was I think a lot of people, oh, look, he's just walking off, I guess, because I left, I didn't interact with him. But it was a game that was hailed for its great graphics. This is 1985. The illusion that you had the freedom of choice, although if you play this game a few times, as you can see, that illusion gets shattered pretty quickly. So anyway, there's a little playthrough this week for Law of the West. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to flip over here to the main screen here and just remind you that if you want to check out my other podcasts, go to podcast.robohara.com. You can find all my old episodes there. If you want to email me, you can find me at robohara@robohara.com. On Facebook, I'm at facebook.com/Robcast if you want to talk about episodes. You can follow me on Twitter at Commodork. You can always call the voicemail box at area code 405-486-YDKF. And I am now a proud member of the Amigos Retro Gaming Network. So if you're one of my Patreon supporters, you'll get access to the Amigos Discord where Pixel Gaiden and myself and all the followers of the Amigos are all in this Discord talking about retro and vintage games and having a fun time. And lots of other cool stuff. If you're one of my 16-bit supporters, you will get access to Rando Rob, which is videos where I point out, you can see this room kind of right now, but I grab interesting things and talk about them and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week. But before I go, I'm going to shoot a guy in cold blood. Oh, he disappeared. Well, you know what? I really just want to end this game by shooting somebody. A little bit, you're right, sir. There was no law in the West.